All right, camera's rolling. Decided to go ahead and shoot a 4K video. I mean, my camera shoots in 4K, so why not? So I want to talk about my experience with the LG V40 for battery. Now, this actually kind of takes me by surprise because just because a battery isn't 5,000, 4,000, 3,300 milliamps is a big battery. So, what is this day? 3 or something like that? 72 hours, I guess. I don't know. Battery life is poor, fair at best. Fair at best. Why that is, I do not know. When compared to and it's on the charger. I power off phones when I'm on the charger when I can. But when compared to the G8, this phone's battery is nowhere near as good. Why, I do not know. Could it be the screen is a little bit smaller? I don't know. This is 6.1, this is 6.4. I don't think it should make that much of a difference. And I do have this phone set at Quad HD. I watch a lot of videos in 1440p. I don't know why the V40's battery life is not good. It's just not good for me. I might be able to get 4.5 hours of screen on time, 4 hours of screen on time. But the kicker is the standby time is horrible. I have these phones, I actually have less applications on the V40. And it just doesn't do well with standby. I've let it sit for a couple hours, come back, at least 20% might be gone. Between 10 and 20. Now, before you say, oh, you got a defective device. No, the device isn't defective. It could be all the bloatware on here. It could be anything. But reality is, I didn't actually think that this battery would be this bad. And I'm saying it's bad. That's decent battery for the right person. But for me, it's not good enough for me when I have pretty much the same phone over here, just kind of a little bit more smaller screen and compact size, pretty much the same. I don't know what it is. I could check rogue apps. I can try to uninstall some more apps and see what it is. But on this phone, I basically just have a few social media apps, and I got one email account syncing. I don't even have all my email accounts syncing. I have like 4 or 5 email accounts that I need to sync, and I only have like one of them on this phone right here. So for now, 3 or 4 days in, or however long it's been, battery is not looking too good on the V40. So I want you guys to tell me your experience with the battery life on the V40. For me, it's not very good. Now, it does charge really, really fast. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing. It's only been on the charger for maybe 2 to 5 minutes, and it already jumped up like 15%. So it charges really, really fast, and that's impressive. However, what's not impressive is the standby time, and right now the screen. That's what's killing it, though. The standby time is what's really killing this thing. It's just a thing. That's just what it is. I haven't noticed when I'm using it, it doesn't drain as fast. But the standby time to me is what's killing this phone for whatever reason. So I'm going to go ahead and reevaluate the applications that are on here. More things I can disable for things that I'm not using. But like I said, truthfully, I only have a few social media apps, and I've been doing a lot of video watching and stuff like that, and taking photos and recording. However, the battery life is just not where I want it to be, and that's a huge deal for me. So that means I got to try to invest in a battery pack or something like that to help take care of that. But personally, I would only want to use a battery pack in an emergency situation, or some situation where I'm going to be traveling for a minute. It's just weird that this battery life isn't that great, and it doesn't matter that the battery is 3,300, I believe it is. It's something to do with optimization. It's got to be something in this phone, the apps or something like that, that's making it bogged down. So wanted to give you a quick update on the V40. It's on the charger. I've had to charge it sometimes more than once, and like at the end of a day. So if you guys know me, when I do a battery test or I'm testing batteries, I don't charge it just because it's 30% left and I'm going to sleep. I just let it go. Just let it sit, and I'll just charge it in the morning or whatever I need to do. And there are plenty of phones that will only drop between 0 and 5% overnight. This one, however, it pulls overnight. It drains. You could easily wake up with about if you start off at 80%, you can easily wake up at 50 to 45% easy. I don't know what it is, but anyway, that's my experience so far. I know I said I was going to hold off, but I kind of knew where it was going, so I said I better give them an update now. In my last video, I said I was kind of going to chill on the battery update or whatever, but I need to let you guys know now, not getting the best battery life out of this phone. I guess this might be how it's going to be. So if you have the V40 or had the V40, did you get rid of it because of bad battery life? How do you feel about your battery life? And is it good enough for you? For me, 4 to 5 hours or 4 to 4.5 hours is not good enough on a cell phone for me. It would be if the standby time was better. I should say that. If the standby time only sipped a little bit, then I'd be able to obviously get a little bit more life, or I still might get 4 to 5 hours screen on time, because I have other phones that do that. However, the standby time on those phones is fantastic, so I don't have to charge as much. But I don't know. It's your man Jay. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.